The Hauraki Big Show. Thanks to crave-worthy street food, freshly made with Reburger.
Live from the legendary changing sheds of Eden Park. This is the Radio Hauraki Day in Lieu.
Yeah, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Wednesday afternoone, the 18th of June, 2025. And as ever, you're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Crave-worthy street food, freshly made by Reburger.
Reburger. Sauce chicken.
Reburger! Ba, ba, ba. We don't have any of the sound effects, fellas,
That's
so if
not
we
true,
could just...
man.
Yeah, no, that's great stuff, Keyzie. Great improvisation there. And Mogi, as always, you're looking like a stallion. How's life?
Going pretty grousey, you mad dog, you sick son of a bee. What an honour it is to be down here in the changing rooms at Eden Park. It's been going off all day. We've been here since about 3 a.m. and the energy levels have been through the roof as we raise as much money as we can for bowel cancer, brother.
Yes,
and
man.
so far, now this is an unofficial tally, $8 million.
Extraordinary.
Since just the start of the big show, Keyzie. So kudos to you, brother.
So hang on, before I take kudos for $8 million, where'd you get that stat from?
Oh, I just saw a piece of paper over here and it had an 8 on it and then I improvised.
Ah, yeah, well, that's great then. It's nice to know that we are making a difference, and you can too, New Zealand. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, woo! Hey,
Do it.
hey, but
million.
having said that, fellas, don't stop donating.
No.
Keep it going. We want to get to 20 million by the end of the big show.
How do we go about it, Keyzie?
You text Lou to
Yes.
3779, an instant $3 donation. Don't be a tight ass, bloody. Actually, it's a
Yeah.
little pun there. Don't be a tight ass.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause of
That
bowel
was-
cancer and stuff.
That was good stuff. What was the number again there, Keyzie?
3779.
779.
And you text Lou. Actually, pass me your phone, Jace.
No, you get your filthy hands out of it. Hey, but it has been a fantastic
Yes.
day, and it is really great to have your company, and it is a massive cause. So get involved. Make sure you make that donation. We'll be talking to people throughout the show. The great Grant Fox, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant Fox will be in after 5, Jace.
Talking to Pugs' mum as well,
Yes.
which I am really looking forward to.
That's right. She, Pugs' lovely mother, had a bit of a run-in with bowel cancer herself.
Yes.
The interview will mostly be about how Pugs turned out to be such a stallion, of course.
Yeah, totally.
Plus, we're going to have the groundskeeper of Eden Park on for a chat about maintaining one of the most prestigious fields in New Zealand.
I tell you what, on that
What,
front,
what?
Keyzie, I've been
What?
out. It's a beautiful day in Auckland City, just wandering the fields there, having a few shuttle sprints on Eden Park
Right.
and Eden Park number 2. She's looking to pitch you, fellas.
Well, didn't you get told off for vaping on Eden Park?
Yeah, I did. I was bloody outraged.
But, of course, we're going to get stuck into some tunes, though, eh, fellas?
Yeah, why not? Bit of U2, maybe?
Yeah, okay. This is Pride in the Name of Love, tunes.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Yes, indeed. Oasis there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday afternoon, live from the changing sheds in Eden Park. And, geez, I'll tell you what, mate, it takes me back, mate. She
Oh,
brings
does it?
me back. Been in the old sheds here back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you had a bit of time in the sheds, didn't you, as a sort of a younger man there? You've obviously come from a great pedigree sporting-wise.
Well, I was just naturally gifted from youth,
Yes,
I
that's
think it's
right.
fair to say, yeah.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
wasn't
really?
a sport I couldn't play, really.
Really?
Well, what was the first thing that brought you to Eden Park, mate?
Well, I remember coming with the whānau to Eden Park to watch my
Whānau.
first ever All Black test.
Yeah.
All black.
And from that day onwards, I went, that's me.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what I want to do. I want to one day run out on Eden Park.
Sure.
With the fern on my burgeoning, heavily muscled chest.
Right.
That's
So it was
right,
always,
but you had
it was
to
always an ambition of mine, Mogi.
But you had to settle for streaking, didn't you?
Yeah, I did in the end.
Yeah.
And did you have a fern on your chest?
I've got a tattoo on my chest.
Oh,
of a
really?
fern. Yeah, I do.
He's also got the Olympic rings on his back.
Yeah, that's a controversial one. Did you spend time at the Olympics?
A little bit of time in the Olympics, yes, I did.
What year was that?
That was 87, I think it was.
Wow.
87.
There was
They
no
didn't have an
Olympics that
Olympics
year.
then.
I know, that was the weird thing.
By the way, we are in the changing room, the bowels of Eden Park, for the annual Radio Hauraki Day in Lieu with Bowel Cancer New Zealand. We will be here until 6 p.m. We've been here since 6 a.m, so 12 hours
Yeah.
broadcasting, raising funds and awareness as well for bowel cancer. If you'd like to donate $3 right now, you can text Lou, L-O-O, to 3779. Have you spent any time in the changing rooms of Eden Park, Mogi?
Well, only it's my first time in these ones, Keyzie, because, of course, these aren't the original changing rooms.
No, they're not.
right.
No.
These ones were built for the World Cup 2015. Prior to that, of course, they were over in the West Stand. And
right, of
in
course.
early days, of course, there was a space a little bit further along from where we are at the moment. And, of course, every time you sort of painted the walls, they get a bit smaller. And they do that probably once every 20 years. But yeah, I've spent some time in and around Eden Park, Keyzie, that's for sure.
That is a hell of an anecdote, by the way. If you were on like the former rugby player speaking tour, I reckon that would go down really well.
I mean, people get it. The point is, Keyzie, you want to paint a picture, man. You want people to understand what it's like to be there without having the honour of actually being there, man.
You're right.
And that coat of paint of yarn I've just done
the paint
for
of
you
coat,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great chat.
Yeah.
There.
And so what, were you a player or what?
No. I was one of the strappers. So I'd come in and I'd do the strapping. So
Like
you
a
need,
physio.
for example, for you there, I'd strap up your quad and that.
Yeah,
Because you got a gammy
You blew
quad.
it out when you sort of went into
You
a
remember
canter.
when we were doing that running race and you shat the bed and you cost us that race? So I would have strapped that up earlier on and that would have got us through the race.
What's the name of the tape they use?
Gaffer tape.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Yes, indeed, the Blue Oyster Cult there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday afternoon live from the bowels of Eden Park. Special treat, actually. We've got the groundskeeper, Nico. How do you like to be introduced? Are you a groundskeeper or a groundsman?
We prefer turf managers.
Oh, turf manager.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Wow,
Yeah, turf manager.
Yeah.
When did you guys decide that groundskeeper wasn't good enough for you and you needed a fancier one? When did that happen?
When HR stepped in.
Oh, yeah, nice.
good.
Nice.
Did
stuff,
they
turf
like do a
manager.
restructure and then you had to change the name of the role to turf manager? Was that it?
Well,
I feel like no, that's not
It
it.
feels like you were the one that got sent to HR. Is that right? Was it all your fault, Nico?
Yeah, it was. Hey, no, I've got to tell you, man, as always, Eden Park looking an absolute picture. It must be a pretty prestigious job in terms of turf control to get the old Eden Park gig.
yeah, I mean, it's a tough gig to kind of acquire, but so I kind of started off doing cricket wickets over on the North Shore.
Yes.
I spent 3.5 years over at Devonport Domain, North Shore Cricket Club.
Oh, beautiful
wow.
ground, that one. She's lovely.
It's not bad, that one. And then, so 4.5 years ago, I got a call from a guy called Adam Hansen. He offered me a role here, and I've just kind of been here ever since.
Wow.
How good,
Yeah.
man, how good. Listen, I've got to apologise to you a little bit because I was out in Eden Park number 2 having a vape, and I ended up doing a bit of wheeze on the grass there, so there might be a little dead patch coming up. That'll be all G, though. It's on the sort of outer boundary area. Is that all right?
That'll be right. We'll put a plaque there saying Hoyte's spot.
Yeah. Now, I see you've brought in a clump of grass here. Talk us through that. I'm fascinated.
Yeah, so this
Call
is
that a clod, man? Would that be
Yeah, a clod of grass.
well, Americans call it a sod.
Oh,
Yeah,
sod,
a sod.
yeah.
So a bit of sod. This is a bit of a sample from our number 1 field. So what we've got here is our synthetic kind of hero hybrid system. So down below you can see there's the carpet back of the product, and then it's got synthetic fibres woven into it. And then what that has is our sand profile.
Yes.
And then on top of that is grass.
That's bloody beautiful, that
Yeah,
is.
cheers.
What are you talking about there in terms of the fortification with the synthetic blend? You're talking about a 5%, or are you going higher than that?
Nah, it's running a 5% synthetic.
Oh, yeah, about 5. Yeah, I thought about it. Looked
Bang
about
on.
5% to
Yeah.
me.
Any
Bang
higher
on.
than that, it's too much, Woody J. We found that.
Yeah, totally. Now, is it a challenge for you guys? Because, of course, you're juggling the old rugby and the
Oh,
cricket. Can be quite challenging sometimes. to
It
get
can
right.
be. I mean, we had a triple header weekend where we had cricket on the Friday,
Yes.
rugby on the Saturday, and international football on the
Hey.
Monday.
Yeah.
So that was massive. So we had the Black Caps versus Pakistan on the Friday night. We had to pull the pitch out that night. So we were at work from 6 a.m. to 3 a.m. the following day.
wow.
Yeah,
and then
Backbone.
yeah, thanks, mate. Slept at work for about 4 hours, and then the next day we were putting rugby posts up, getting rugby field marked out, and then the Blues played. Unfortunately, I lost the Crusaders that night.
Yeah. Well, they sucked, man. They got deduced.
Right. And then you had to prep it for football.
Yeah, so that same night, what we'd done, we washed off all the rugby
Blood.
Yeah, blood and paint, as well as drop the post down. And then, so that was another 1 a.m. finish, so another big day. Then following that, we had to get the football field up for a media day for New Zealand football. And then on the Monday, we had New Zealand play against New Caledonia to go to the World Cup 2026.
Yeah. Nico, by the way, turf manager of Eden Park. Hoyte J here. It's actually one of his fantasies to just retire from radio and be a groundskeeper.
Sure.
Turf manager.
Turf manager. It's quite a lot of work, right? Because he's picturing himself just riding a lawnmower. You know what I mean? That's all he's picturing. Yeah. It must be a hell of a lot of work.
There's a bit more to it, but I'm sure there might be some part-time work for you in the future.
Yeah, well, look,
He was seen riding around on the lawnmower, smoking a vape and urinating on the outfield.
Oh well, that's an easy trip to HR.
Well, what I'm figuring, Nico, is that you'll have good foundations in there, and by the time I take over and boot your ass out, it'll just be a case of doing the old mow, mate. But seriously, thanks for joining us, and it does look I have been for a wander. She's looking beautiful out there.
Thanks, mate.
It's a shame the Blues suck and no one's playing
Jace,
here.
can you just chill out, man? Come on, man.
But thank you, and thanks for joining us.
No worries. Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, mate.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Yes, indeed. Black Sabbath there and a day in lieu here at the Radio Hauraki Big Show. And we couldn't do the show, fellas, without getting on that absolute backbone.
Yeah.
That rugby league legend, Charlie Gubb. G'day, Charlie, you mad bastard. How's life?
Yeah, good fella. Sounds like you got indigestion, brother.
Yeah, I was chewing on my nicotine gum and I got a bit of a hit to the back of the throat there, Charlie.
Charlie, g'day, man. Keyzie here. Hope you're well. Of course, we're raising funds and awareness for Bowel Cancer New Zealand. And for those that don't know, Charlie runs a very successful Portaloo company down in Wellington named Porter King. So you're pretty passionate about the bowels of New Zealand, aren't you, Charlie?
Oh, big time, brother. If you're not using them, something's wrong, right?
Well, 100%, man. There's plenty of symptoms. We're talking bleeding from the bottom, change of bowel motions, severe, persistent, or periodic abdominal pain. The list goes on. But Charlie, you must have. Have you got any ripper yarns from the Portaloo world, man? Have you ever found anything weird in a Portaloo or anything like that?
I've seen some heinous things, but some ripper things. I found a pretty serious dildo at Martinborough Wine and Food Festival that came out of there. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, right. So
wonder where the hell that went.
So do you have a lost and found of stuff you found in the Portaloos, or?
Generally, I don't return it. It's not. It doesn't really get returned. I found a few. Obviously, you find a lot of baggies. But
I've seen the terms and conditions on your website, man, and it says pretty clearly that you run a finders keepers policy.
That's right, and do not do drugs in my toilets without me.
Hey, Charlie, in all seriousness, man, you're a bit of a backbone. You're a hard bastard. Are you one of those guys, if you've got something going on with your body, that you go, I should be as right as rain? Or are you one of those guys that goes, nah, I need to deal with this and get this seen to?
I'm pretty open book, so if I've got something that's on my mind, I'll ask someone, even if they're like, I don't know if you should be asking that. But I just ask anyway, and if people want to ring me, ring the 0800 number for a Portaloo and just ask a health question, then just ask away.
Well, what is the 0800 number, man? Because obviously we'd recommend that you talk to a doctor, but if they're iffy, they could just call you instead.
Yeah, I don't know my number off by heart. The 0800 one.
Come on, man.
It's online and it's on the on front of the Portaloo stickers.
So Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
That's fair enough, actually, Charlie, because I don't, people asked for my wife's number the other day. I wouldn't have a clue, mate.
I know it.
Yeah, so
Oh, do you?
Yeah, off by heart.
Everybody knows it.
Charlie, you obviously spent a lot of time in changing sheds, man. You're obviously with the Wires, a wee stint with the Raiders as well overseas. We're in the changing rooms right now of Eden Park. And does anything pop into your mind in terms of crazy stuff you've seen in the changing rooms?
No, I've obviously had some real good times in there. Probably the best times are after the game, sitting in there. But the craziest thing I've seen probably Andrew Webster, the current Warriors coach. He would make a moose wear undies.
He would make a moose wear undies. Is that
Oh,
right?
really? So you're suggesting that Andrew Webster, current Warriors coach, is rocking a huge downstairs operation?
Yeah, like unbelievably out of proportion.
Really?
That's actually pretty common with our ginger-headed friends.
Yeah. He's got a lot. Yeah, he's got the personality and he's got the weapon.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that's crazy. Because
That's
I
good
thought
stuff.
it'd be like a Jace situation where he bangs on about it, but he doesn't actually have it, whereas Webster does. That's good to know. Who else has got a massive downstairs, Charlie? Can you give us your top three?
Nah, that's we don't. That's
Yeah, it stays in the house, man.
1, 2,
yeah.
and
Come on,
3.
Easy, keep it above board, buddy.
Yeah, bloody hell. Hey, Charlie, just very quickly, State of O tonight. You going to be up and watching that, mate?
Yeah, I'll be up and watching it. One of my loyal clients gave me a beautiful edible that I'll get stuck into.
Good on you,
yeah,
Charlie,
good
man.
stuff.
Spirit,
Hey,
brother.
before we let you go, don't forget, if you need to do poos in the Wellington area, to call Charlie's Porter Company. Don't know what the number is, Google it. And Charlie, quickly, what's your prediction for tonight's game?
I reckon that it's going to be rigged, and Queensland are going to win 1-12 to make it go game 3. That's my prediction.
Wow, that's a huge prediction
Big
from
call.
you, Charlie. Jeez.
Good on you, Charlie, you mad bastard. We'll speak next week, mate. Until then, a bit of Jane's Addiction, fellas.
Sounds good, Jace. Don't forget, if you would like to donate $3, text Lou to 3779. It is a day in Lou here in Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
Metallica there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday afternoon. So very nice to have your company. A day in lieu, and we're broadcasting from the bowels, from the changing sheds of Eden Park, fellas.
From the small the colon, isn't it?
Yeah, the small colon.
Small colon.
Are there two colons?
There's a couple of colons.
Is it pronounced colon or colon?
No, colon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, colonoscopy.
Oh, okay. Colon means. We are, of course, raising.
Easy on.
We're, of course, raising funds and awareness for Bowel Cancer New Zealand. It is Bowel Cancer New Zealand month. And big shout out to Eden Park for letting us broadcast for this entire day. 12 hours we're doing. Started at 6 a.m. from the changing sheds here. Very exciting, but it is all for a good cause. We're doing this because every day 9 Kiwis are diagnosed with bowel cancer. However, if it is caught early, bowel cancer is highly treatable. Under 50s, by the way, 10% of all people diagnosed are under 50. So if you are young, you can't get away with it. Just go get checked if there's anything weird going on with your poos, Mogi.
Have you learned anything here, Jace, today, man? I mean, obviously it's all about getting into the doctors there, getting checked up. That's not really the way you do it, historically. You go backbone route, that's what you call it.
Well, look, it's been a very special day here in the changing sheds, and I've been turned, Mogi.
Oh, more than once.
I've been
More
turned,
than once.
and the reality is, in all seriousness, if you've got some concerns, and even if you don't, go and get yourself checked out, and give yourself peace of mind, if nothing else. You know what I'm saying, Mogi?
Do you have this, Jace? Any of these? Bleeding from the bottom?
No.
Are you telling me now? I'm just going to stop you right there. Are you telling me you've never? Oh, hang on a minute. You've never wiped your bum and looked at the paper and seen blood on it, but you haven't because you don't look at the paper.
That's right, because that's
You've
what you
got to
do.
check the paper, man.
Have you ever had a change of bowel motions that come and go?
He doesn't know.
Can I just say I have had blood in my stool, and I got it checked out.
Who by?
By
Your
a doctor.
Oh.
And
What was it?
It was a, what do you call it, a
Polyps.
A polyp?
Hemorrhoid.
A hemorrhoid, yes.
Gross.
That's when you're
No, I get it.
Yeah, we know what it is.
Yeah, no, we know what it is,
you don't
man.
need to go into details.
What was the
mate.
doctor wearing, by the way?
He's wearing a Warriors shirt.
If you'd like to donate $3 right now to Bowel Cancer New Zealand, text Lou to 3779. And fellas,
779.
very exciting after 5 o'clock. All Black legend and father of Ryan Fox, Grant Fox, coming on the show.
You're pretty nervous about this interview, aren't you, Keyzie? Because
Well-
he was like your boyhood hero.
No, that's not true because I'm not old enough. My boyhood heroes were, Tana Umanga, Jonah Lomu, Christian Cullen.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
more
yeah.
your era, fellas. Foxy. Yeah.
Also, and I'm very excited about this because we're going to be interviewing Pugs' mum.
Oh, yeah.
Who's had her own fight with bowel cancer.
Mrs. Pug's mum.
Mrs. Pug's-son. Have we got the music for that, by
It's
the way?
Mrs. Pug's mum. No, we don't, because we're in a changing room.
Oh, right.
But all that's coming up after 5 o'clock, so make sure you stay tuned. Oh, sorry, you usually say that part, eh?
Yeah, but go ahead, fill your boots.
That's all happening after 5, so make sure you stay tuned.
Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Down in the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Lieu on Radio Hauraki.
Yes, indeed, we are in the bowels of Eden Park. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Reburger.
Yeah, okay, good. And I tell you what, we have a massive hour ahead with the great Grant Fox coming in. Phil, I'm actually quite nervous about it because he is one of my heroes.
Yeah, well, of course, the big news, it'd be quite nice, you know, he's obviously achieved a lot in his life, and then his son goes and one-ups him by doing very well on the golfing circuit. Pardon me, I just burped into the microphone.
Good stuff, Keyzie.
That was disgusting. That was genuinely gross.
Well, I can explain to the audience.
Oh, God, it reeks.
There's been a lot of free food today, and old Keyzie can't help himself with the old free food, just hoeing it.
Well, it's great because...
old garbage guts Keyzie, they call him.
Old garbage guts Keyzie. It's, you know, we've had so many great guests coming in. You've had, you know, Monty Beetham, Ian Jones, Steve Devine, James Marshall, Martin Guptill. We had Storm Purvis on earlier. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was here for a wee bit. Ali Williams, Muhammad Ali.
Abercrombie
and Finch were here as well.
Yeah, that's right.
And all of them got to walk away with a beautiful packet of Cotton Soft's toilet paper.
Yep.
And a big packet of...
6-pack, sometimes 18-pack, of 3-ply.
3-ply or 2-ply.
I tell you what, actually, fellas, I'm very stoked about this. We were having a chat off here. There's a lot of toilet paper left behind, and old Hoyte J will be getting stuck into that.
Yeah,
you can never, as we were discussing, Mogie, you can never have too much toilet paper.
Old two-stroke Hoyte J, that's going to last him a lifetime. You're pretty pumped, aren't you, brother?
I am, mate. I'll never have to buy toilet paper again.
Up next, fellas, the one and only Grant Fox, which is bloody exciting. And, of course, we are here in the bowels of Eden Park, all in support of Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Every single day, 9 Kiwis are diagnosed with bowel cancer, and if caught early, it is highly treatable. If you've got any symptoms, including bleeding from your bum or just weird stuff going on, make sure you go and see your GP right away. And if you would like to donate $3, text Lou to 3779 right now.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to A Day in Lieu in the bowels of Eden Park. And jeez Louise, what a special treat, fellas. A true All Black legend, the one and only Grant Fox. Grant, first and foremost, mate, thanks for joining us. How are you going?
Oh, we're good. Life's good.
Yes.
Yeah, can't complain. Don't work too hard.
Yes.
Nowadays, too old to work too hard, and got grandchildren in our lives, so they're the great joy.
Yes.
So try and spend as much time with them as possible.
Tell me, whenever you come back to the great Eden Park, do you get stirred up a little? Do the memories flood in, or have you been here so many times it's just much of a muchness to you?
No, it's not much of a muchness. It's a special place and always has been. And when I played, I always joked I had a bed here and used to sleep here because I spent so much time training and practicing goal kicking here. But always, came back here with the All Blacks. This is all different in the dressing room, different than when we played. But as a selector, this was the place we came for the home dressing room. So I came here a few times in that role for about 11 and a half years. But always a special place, holds a special place in my heart. There's
been some amazing feats that you performed out on the field there, Grant, and you must have seen some bloody amazing sights in the changing rooms here. Some absolute specimens I can only imagine. Now, you don't have to go into specifics, but there must be players who leap into mind when I mention that to you. You're self-excluded, obviously.
You know the saying, what happens on tour stays on tour.
Oh, yeah, that one.
So what happens in the dressing room stays in the dressing room.
Sure. Hey, now listen, you're going to have to indulge me, Grant, and we were having a little chat before we came on air here. I'm a bit of a golfing tragic now. Your son, Ryan, going great guns, blazing away. 2 PGA wins in the last month. Tied for 19th, I believe, at the US Open. You must be a proud father.
Yeah, Dal and I are very proud.
Yes.
And pleased for him because we all want job security in life. So you can plan. Well, now he's got it until the end of 2028 in the PGA Tour. So he can make decisions around, do we buy a house, which they're looking at. They've got a girl turning 5 in December, about schooling, about planning schedules so he doesn't have to chase everything. He can pick and choose. So the key now is about where he can finish on the FedEx Cup points table to frame sort of the following year. And then it's just about, well, now, I've got to earn to live. So, we've got to dive into that. Because in theory, he could pick events and miss every cut and still have options to play till the end of 28.
Yes.
But you don't need any money. That doesn't work for anybody. So he's in a good position. Stress is off, that pressure and anxiety. I'm playing for my livelihood. So he's a different kid.
That's the funny thing, isn't it, about Ryan? It's kind of the bloke he is and the kind of player he is that New Zealanders have taken him to their hearts, because he is like an underdog. You feel like it's him out there and you're cheering for him and you're so stoked for him. You think of him as being just like you, except he's bringing in millions of dollars. And so he's actually nothing like me.
No, I can assure you that there are some traits of me in him, and they're the bad ones. His mother he gets the good traits from his mother.
Sure.
But I think the important thing from Adele's and my point of view is he's chasing his dream and he's achieving. But more importantly, he's a husband and a father, and he does a great job at that in our view. He's a very hands-on dad. They travel a lot together as a family. Yeah, being a good golfer is okay.
Yeah.
But
well, I just told you there, Grant. We'll go to a tune and get straight back into it, mate.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Led Zeppelin there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show with a day in lieu.
If you just joined us, we're talking to Grant Fox here at a day in lieu in Eden Park. Grant, we are talking about your son, Ryan. Years ago, when he was up in Europe, sort of, not battling away, still playing professional golf to a very high level. I interviewed him under the Harbour Bridge. We actually caught a stingray by accident. And me and him tried to get the stingray off the end of it. That's another, besides the point, though. But one of the things I remember from chatting to Ryan was, lovely bloke. You say that he's earning millions of dollars playing golf, but he's just like a regular Kiwi you'd see down the pub. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just a real normal
Well,
guy.
that was before the millions of dollars. He's completely changed
now.
He's got a real attitude about him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's a shocker.
Well, in that case,
all it probably means, guys, is that he might be on a different boat. That's all.
Yeah, sure.
But he still loves. I mean, he loves coming home. He's a Kiwi boy. When he finishes, whenever that is, this is where he'll live.
Yeah.
He owns a place in Northcote Point. This is home. They've got a holiday place up in the Bay of Islands. He loves it up there. He goes fishing up there, takes the family out on the boat. And when he comes home, he connects with mates. Mates from school. I really love that.
Yes.
Barbies, so food. He doesn't drink beer, he drinks red wine.
Yes.
Loves fishing.
Likes a cheese board.
And he plays golf with his mates. He almost has more fun playing golf with his mates than he does playing professionally.
Grant, on a serious note, because we're here on sort of serious business, men's health. Back in the day, I don't know. I think things have changed in the sporting world, in terms of nutrition and stuff like that. But back in the day, we didn't really chat about men's health. You know what I mean? There was very much that mentality of, I'll be as right as rain, good as gold. If there's a bit of a niggle going on, I'll just ignore it. Times are changing now, and it's important as we get older, if things aren't quite going well, or regular checkups are important to people now.
They are, and not only in physical health, but in mental health, which JK's made it okay to be vulnerable.
Yes.
Right, and say, I don't have to be staunch in saying it's okay. I can actually reach out and say, I need help. Right? And our physical health's no different. And I should know, because I've got an artificial knee and I've just had carpal tunnel and my rotator cuff's just gone, so I'm bloody falling apart. And that's musculoskeletal, not actually internal as such.
Sure.
But in terms of the bowel stuff, I had a colonoscopy, I'm trying to remember, a few years ago now. So, and I can't exactly remember, but I think someone just said, you need to come and have a checkup, you're of the age, and you come. So I did that. Luckily, it was all clear, and I've done that little poop in a bag when they send it out in the mail once or twice.
Are you one of the
conscious
guys,
of that.
Are you one of those guys that, sort of doesn't like to do that, or are you one of the guys that go, no, I need to deal with this and get it done?
I want to be around
yes,
for a lot longer. Now, the issue in my family, the male family, is heart and genes. Now, it's gone back generations in my family. Men off the land, not men who've not looked after themselves physically they've had, but there's a gene runs through our male side of our family. I got a stent put in age 49 because I found something. Because we'd lost John Drake and a guy called Tom Hallaby, who I knew well, played cricket for Auckland, and then a guy called Alan Garner, who was a media guy. These guys all dropped dead at 50 or less. 3 Decembers in a row.
Yeah.
And so my first flag was, heart. Genes, check it out. Oh, okay, you're in here tomorrow. That happened to me when I was 49.
Yeah.
And now I'm on tablets and all that sort of stuff. But the other part of that is just looking after yourself. Now, I'm not anal about diet or having a beer or anything like that, but it's like it's in moderation, right?
Yes.
And every now and then you got to have a bit of a purge and cleanse yourself. So knock it off for a bit.
Yes.
Maybe fast for a little bit, and then just be normal. Because every now and again we fail, so we're going to have a bit of a blowout, and you're going to enjoy yourself. But all in moderation.
Yeah, and I mean, it's longevity, isn't it? And one thing I've sort of realised the older I get, 70 is not old.
No.
I used to think when I was 20, 30, geez, if you made it to 70, you'd be doing bloody well. But you want to get a lot older than that. And, recently Stu Wilson's passed away. He was around about that age.
Dr. John Mayhew.
Yeah, back in your sort of playing days, it was regarded as pretty funny stuff and a great yarn. The fact that Stu and probably Bernie as well were punching darts before they ran out onto the field, and and that was pretty funny stuff. But at the other end of it, you see what comes of that kind of behaviour.
Yeah, well, I don't know that their antics necessarily cause that. Your genes define a lot, don't they? So if you've got to aware of the genes that run through your family, you've got a chance of getting ahead of it, I mean, my wife's side of the family, there's, but in cousins, there's been the BRCA2 gene. So for females and breast cancer, that's not good to have, right? So again, if you know it runs in your family, go and get it checked and get ahead of it to give yourself a chance. So, men's health around bowel health and anything that can get you related to the big C word or other ailments, just, what is it? What's the saying? If you preempt it, there's a saying around this.
I'm sure there is.
Get in front of it, preempt it, and take control of it.
Well, that's the good thing about bowel cancer is it is highly treatable. 9 Kiwis are diagnosed daily with bowel cancer as well. And if you would like to make an instant $3 donation, you can text Lou right now to 3779. 10% of everyone diagnosed, by the way, under the age of 50. So don't wait till you're 50. Go earlier than that.
Yeah. Well, Grant Fox, thanks so much for your time, mate. We greatly appreciate it. It's been a special treat. Sitting in the All Black changing rooms with the great Grant Fox. How good.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, mate.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
Oh, yes, indeed. Radiohead there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday evening, a day in lieu, fellas. How are you enjoying it, by the way? Isn't it fantastic?
It's been great, Jace. What we've got down here in the All Blacks changing room of Eden Park is a whole lot of just sports stuff. So we've had, we've had famous New Zealanders come through. We just had Grant Fox there. That was
what
great.
A legend.
Absolute legend. But also just there's a basketball hoop.
Yeah.
There's a putter and some balls in a golf hole. Some badminton was being played earlier. So it was just a whole lot of people kind of just playing silly buggers with sporting stuff.
Well, just tutuing around.
Tutuing, it was great.
Just having a bit of a play. Yeah, I nailed about 6 putts in a row, by the way.
Yeah,
so cool,
good,
man.
Yeah, it was amazing from 2 feet. Congratulations to old Hoyte Janus here, who's having a ripper time on the putting green.
Yeah, you, obviously we're raising funds for Bowel Cancer New Zealand. It is 100% community funded too. That is what Day in Lieu is all about, supporting backbones going through tough times like our good friend Di Henwood as well. So if you would like to make an instant $3 donation, text Lou to 3779.
Yeah, great stuff, Keyzie. Now listen, coming up, special treat. We've had some amazing guests today, but next up we're going to be speaking to Funa, old Pugsan's mum, who's had her own little battle with bowel cancer. Very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. She hasn't just been, had a battle with bowel cancer. She's also had to battle with raising an absolute stallion of a human who is just, well, to be honest, he's out of control.
Yeah, well, he is. He's a shag machine.
He is, and I mean, obviously we won't bring that up with his mum.
I hope we don't.
No, but we will be certainly, because I've been wanting to meet up with his mum, with us as well.
I beg your pardon?
No, us as well as a show, and just sort of talking about where he's sort of heading and how we can change the course of his life. Because I feel like he's in a stage right now that if we don't help, he could sort of finish God knows where, face down in a ditch or something.
Yeah.
Have you guys got some questions ready for...
Well, I think so. And, just speaking of Pugsan, he has changed a lot since he started working for us. I just asked him in terms of what was going on in the show in the next 15 minutes, and he flicked me the bird. And I was like, okay, that's where we're at, is it?
Yep.
So, there you go.
There's a limited shelf life, I think, for guys like Pugsan. You got to let the guy fly. You got to push him out of the nest at some point, Hoyte Jones.
I guess so.
And either soars or he, splats on the ground or whatever.
Have you heard the saying, the brightest flame burns quickest?
No.
No, that's a weird one.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. Up next, Pugsan's mum.
Yes, indeed, the red hot Chili Peppers there on the Radio Hauraki big show this Wednesday evening, a day in lieu. And this is a very special treat. We've got Pugsan's mum on the line. Ferna, are you there?
I am. How are you, fellas?
Very well, thank you, Ferna. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, really.
Is it okay if we call you Mrs. Pugs' mum?
You can call me whatever you like.
Yeah, good on you, Ferna. Hey, now listen, on a serious note, we're talking bowel cancer today. It's a day in lieu. You've had your own experience of that. How was that for you? Obviously not pleasant, but you got through it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of an ongoing journey.
Yeah, right, because I guess the message we're spreading today, Ferna, is about going out and getting checked early so that you can tackle this thing early. So can you just talk us through your experiences with it?
Yep. So what actually happened was I was on some pretty heavy medication for another medical event, which actually caused a big internal bleed.
Wow.
So I had no idea that I had bowel cancer at all.
Wow.
Goodness me.
Yeah, so they ended up having the colonoscopy and they discovered it. It was all through the bowel wall.
Wow.
But no symptoms at all.
Wow, no symptoms, because there are symptoms, bleeding, things like that, change of bowel motions, blah, blah, but that isn't always the case. You had absolutely no idea.
None.
Wow.
Which actually, proves the point that it doesn't matter if you have no symptoms. It's always worth getting it checked out, fellas.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, particularly if you're of a certain age, it's important to go and get your old warrant of fitness. Isn't that right, Ferna?
Yeah, absolutely. Do it. You don't know what's going on inside of yourself.
Yeah, don't hide from it like Hoyte J. Run towards it and get it sorted. Ferna, thank you very much for sharing your story on the show. We might move on to more pressing matters if that's okay. Your son, James Pugsley, he's worked for us for a number of years now. He's doing a great job, professionally. But we have noticed that he's leaning a bit too heavily into the rock and roll lifestyle. Have you noticed a change in him at all?
Yeah, I have lots of changes going on for him at the moment.
Yeah.
What are you doing to him?
Well,
He's been hanging around with you guys a bit long, maybe. I don't know.
Can I ask you, Ferna, has he always been a bit of a Lothario?
A bit of a wild stallion, because that's the thing we're noticing is he's come into this sort of rock and roll Hauraki, but he's almost made it his own, and he's left us in his wake, to be honest, Ferna.
Oh mate, he's keeping that under wraps.
Well, that's not the sort of thing you chat to your mum about.
Nah, not when you're
the
pugs,
fact
mate.
that you're a shag machine.
Jace,
I mean,
Jace, you cannot. Jace.
Well, I'm sorry, Ferna, that slipped out. But I mean, he's doing well. You must be very proud of him.
I am very proud of him.
Ferna, just quickly, if you've just joined us, we've got Pugs' lovely mother on the line with us at the moment. What was Pugs like as a little boy?
He was a darling, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Was he a cute little guy?
He was so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, and do you have any favourite memories of Pugs as a baby or a
What's
little
the
kid?
worst story you can tell us about him, Ferna? The thing that'll embarrass him the most? Anything you got for us would be great guns. This is going live, of course.
I know. I have to think about that because, honestly, he was a very good boy.
Yeah.
He's been led astray since he's moved to Auckland.
Yeah, well, that's
I think
true.
there's something in that, because he is an absolute animal these days.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a sweet little kid to a sex demon. And,
Jace, you can't. Dude, we are never calling my mum on this show ever because Jace is going to start playing up.
But Ferna, in all seriousness...
Oh, in all seriousness. Don't...
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and to make the point again. We've been talking about the symptoms on the show, and it's important if you've got the symptoms to go and get it checked out. But also, even if you're not having any symptoms, go and get it done just for your own sort of peace of mind.
Absolutely. No symptoms, it doesn't matter.
Yep, go and get yourself checked. Thank you so much, Ferna. Thank you for doing such a great job with Pugs. We are, of course, joking, and our deepest apologies for how Jace has behaved during this interview.
Have a good night.
Same with you, Fiona. You take care out there.
God,
There you go.
great interview. The lovely mother of Pugson.
Well, he is a sex demon. I'm
No,
not saying
Jace,
anything
come
wrong.
on, man. You are never talking...
He's a shagging machine.
Jace!
There's also there's kids here, Jace.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah, gosh.
yeah, that's true.
Hey, Pink Floyd, Run Like Hell on Hauraki. It's Day and Lou.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
David Bowie there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday evening. A day in Lou, New Zealand, 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. tonight. 12 hours of broadcasting, and what an amazing day it's been, fellas.
That is how you do it. Just a final check-in on the amount of cash we've raised there, Mogi, because obviously when we started the show, we were at $8 million.
$100 million.
Oh, wow.
Wow, flat.
Wow.
Give or take. Let's give or take.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Going to get the final numbers for you. It's going to take a while to count it all up. But looking at this pile in front of me, around about 100 mil.
Oh, right, so it's in physical cash.
Yeah,
Because I thought people were texting.
No, it's just what's been emailed in.
Oh, they've...
Texted in.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
A few people have faxed it in as
Yeah,
well.
that's right.
Yeah, right. Luckily, Hoyte J is still running a fax, so that's been helpful. If you do still want to donate to Bowel Cancer New Zealand, make sure you do text Lou to 3779. But even more important than that is, if you are over the age of 30, go and get yourself a colonoscopy, get yourself checked out. You might not have any symptoms. There could be something there. And if you get in there early, bowel cancer is actually highly treatable. Of course, our good mate Di Henwood has had a long battle with bowel cancer. That's what kind of sparked this whole Day in Lou thing. It's been fantastic teaming up with Bowel Cancer New Zealand.
Well, you going to go get it yourself sorted out, Keyzie, man? You've been handing out the advice willy-nilly, brother. What about you, man?
Fair enough. Man, I'm not the kind of guy who just sort of says stuff on the radio and then does another thing in real life, mate.
Sure.
So I'll be sure to go and get myself checked out at some point soon.
Well, we should get a timeline on that.
And I'll
because
tell
I think
you
the
what,
people are going to want to know what the guts is down there.
I tell you what, Keyzie, if you're going to do that, mate, I'll be right behind you.
Gross.
Old Hoyte J.
What, while I'm getting a colonoscopy?
Yeah, I'll be watching, see how it all works out, and get old Hoyte J up there. But seriously,
and we'll have Pugson in there. He'll be shooting
Pugson
video
will be a
for
part of it.
socials and all of that.
Oh, look, we could do an internal camera for old Hoyte J.
Think of the likes, think of the views.
Oh, it'll just go through the roof.
Yeah,
but
cool.
seriously, go and get yourself checked out. Take care of yourselves. Look after your bodies,
that's good.
so that you're here for your kids. You're
pretty
here
generic.
for your grandkids.
Yeah, well said, Hoyte J. Here. And don't forget to text Lou to 3779. It is an instant $3 donation to Bowel Cancer New Zealand. It's 100% community funded, so they do need all the help they can get. Fellas, that does it for the live Eden Park broadcast, although we have still got an hour of show left to do.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to keep doing the show, and for the next hour, everyone else will just sort of be packing up around us.
Yeah, that's all fine.
Yeah, it's all
I'm used to
GA,
that.
fellas.
Yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. You are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Craveworthy street food made fresh by Reburgers. Reburger.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually getting back in the studio,
Yeah,
because
sorry, we're
you
still-
guys are absolutely butchering that.
Well, it's really hard to do sound effects and stuff, and also I had to remember that tagline. That was off the top of my dome.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
All
Keyzie.
Mogi has to do is make chicken noises, apparently.
Now listen, we are still in the bowels of Eden Park, and pretty lonely in here, fellas. A lot of people have abandoned ship and left us to it.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's a 12-hour broadcast, 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Now everyone's just sort of packing up and just sort of tapping their watches and looking at us.
That's right. They're sort of they're fading a little bit, whereas we're absolutely frothing.
Well, listen to me. Listen. I noticed there were a few beersies in the fridge. Yeah? What do you say, the fellas? We have a bit of a night in the old Eden Park bloody changing
Well,
shit.
I'll tell you what, brother. Out there, they've got the ice bars. We could jump in the ice bars, and then they've got next to that they've got a spa. We could hop in the spa.
How
Keyzie,
good!
like the sound of that, man?
You know what we could do is we sit in the spa, which is next to the ice bath, and we put all our beers in the ice bath.
Now we're talking.
You know what I mean?
Keyzie.
That is a good move.
Yeah, man. Upstairs for thinking, fellas.
Yeah.
Do we still, because now that the 12-hour broadcast is done, do we still plug Bowel Cancer New Zealand and all
I
that?
think we
or-
could.
I mean, I don't think we should stop doing
No,
that,
I don't think we
Keyzie.
should either.
Yeah, right. Well, in that case, I'll quickly, $3 donation right now. If you'd like to make one, text Lou to 3779. 3779.
3779.
Jace, don't write it down on a piece of paper. Do it with your phone. Have you done it yet?
Yeah, about 10 times.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Lou to 3779. Make sure you donate. How do you guys feel about going into a bit of Queen Bohemian Rhapsody?
Now we're talking.
Pretty indifferent.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
Ben Harper there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday night, but right now it's time for
What's on the Telly with Mike Minogue.
Yeah, and that's how you do a harmony.
I reckon, man, I reckon.
Can I
That's
just
how you
say,
harmonise it, Keyzie, all right?
just quickly, the reason we're doing it here is because with Day and Lou going on, we realised we didn't have a chance to talk about Tally.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we thought we'd do
So
it
we
here
thought we'd
instead.
do it here because we understand that people absolutely love this segment.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything.
Great stuff.
How about you, Hoodie Janus?
I tell you what I did.
Star Wars thing.
I did something really interesting last night. We weren't really watching anything in particular. It was one of those nights, Mogi. So I went on old Keezie's Instagram account and went through all his old videos.
Why?
I tell you what, man. You know, because I've been watching Upper Middle Class Bogan, which I love,
Who
and I know that
doesn't?
Keyzie loves it too.
Yeah, it's great.
And I was, so I went through old Keezie's Instagram account. I was hooting and hollering all the way through it. I mean, there is some bloody good stuff on there, and I was thoroughly amused and had a great night.
And informed as well.
I was informed, yes.
Yes.
Wait,
so good, Keyzie.
Wait. So we insisted on doing What's on the TV with Mike Minogue and bringing it to the 6 hours so that Mogi could say he watched nothing and you could pretend like you watched my Instagram.
I did. I went on your Instagram because you made that great golf video of the two of us.
Yeah, by the way, on that, I filmed it, it was probably 50 small videos I filmed on my phone while we were playing golf. An hour later, Jason's like, when's that video going up? And it's like, do you know how long it took me to edit that?
Yeah.
How long?
Oh, I don't know, a couple of hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, though, there is some great stuff on there, Keyzie. You should be proud of yourself.
Oh, well, thanks. Chris Key and Z, if anyone else wants to check it out.
Yeah, man.
For real, though, unlike Jace, who's making it up. Aren't you watching that Star Wars thing at the moment?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance last night, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my daughter I had to go and pick her up from her first school dance ever.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so that was pretty amazing. And, I'll be able to fill you more in on that tomorrow. And, just sort of ran out of time, man.
Oh, that's a shame,
Just sort
man.
of this and that. What about you, Keyzie? What did you watch, man?
Last night...
Filth?
Well... Actually, no, I didn't watch any filth. Or anything else, for that matter. My wife actually she went out for drinks.
Oh, that's right. You had a bachelor's night.
Well, she went out for drinks with the squash girls, and she said, I'll be home at 9, so wait for me and we'll have... Well, she said, you can have your dinner now.
She let you have your dinner whenever you want.
And then I said, no, I'll wait for you and then we'll have it together, because I wasn't starving, and I had a bag of cheese balls in the pantry, so I had some cheese balls while I waited. She didn't get home till 10. And she walks in the door and I'm like, finally, we can have some dinner now. And she's like, have you not eaten?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I was waiting for you. And
I
she was
heard
like,
you hit the roof.
yeah, I flew off the handle and hit the roof all at once. But so we ate dinner at, I think, 10:15.
Wow.
Having burgers, yeah. So
Man.
That would just
You'll
get
have to turn that into a video on your Instagram.
Yeah, you should, man, because I'll be tuning in.
you don't tune into Instagram, Jace. Jeez, let's go to some ads.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Green Day there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday evening. Hey, fellas, are you guys fond of a low-carb, hazy IPA?
I sure am, Jace, man. How did you know? What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I am too. It's funny you should mention that, actually, because I was just talking to the boys at Emerson's.
Yes.
Emerson's Brewery, and they're doing a brand new 5% low-carb bugger it is there, but it's a 5%, a very sessionable, brand new one called Day Tripper, guys.
Yes.
You've got to get that in you. Have you tried it, Keyzie, man?
No, I haven't tried it yet, Mogi, man. What about you, Hoodie, man?
No, I haven't tried it yet, fellas, but I'm very keen to.
Yeah, right, because it's got all the... It's got all the beauty of like a regular, low carb affair, but it's a
Full
nice,
flavoured.
full flavoured, crafty number, a hazy IPA, man.
Now, of course, the beer market's pretty crowded, guys, and to get cut through, you oftentimes find you might want to run yourself a little bit of a competition there.
Oh, wow.
Now, the cream rises to the top, and that's what this beer is, but just to add it on, a little bit of extra there, a little bit of sprinkles on there, Hoity Janus.
Yeah, a bit of spice.
what they're offering
Well,
is
on cream.
$500.
Yes.
All right. For you to go and do a day trip to your favourite ski field anywhere around the country. So that can be in petrol vouchers, or you could just hitchhike and keep the money if you want to, man.
Well, because I'm just reading here, apparently, you get fully paid to go to any mountain in New Zealand, and then they give you $500 as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like that's a bonus.
That's big cash, man.
That's big dog cash.
Right.
I'd be tempted to sort of half and half it, like I was saying yesterday. Spend half on petrol and half on the new day tripper. Low carb hazy IPA.
Well, I'd say the winner, Jace, will get some form of Emerson's low carb hazy IPA.
Okay,
day
so,
trip.
That's even better.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
You're not going to enter a competition for Emerson's low carb hazy IPA called Day Tripper and then not get any of that. So they'd make sure they looked after you.
Yeah.
And just fortunately, just reading here, we are currently running this competition we're talking about.
Keyzie, mate, you've convinced me, brother. What do I need to do to enter?
You just have to get your phone out.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you have to.
Oh.
And text TRIP. TRIP to 3483. Get yourself in the draw there, and you could be going to a mountain of your choice. So if you're in the South Island or the North Island, Stewart Island.
Mate, there's no way it's that easy.
Nah, seriously, Mogi, it is, man. It's that easy. Text TRIP to 3483 and make sure you keep an eye out for the brand new Emerson's Day Tripper Low Carb Hazy IPA.
Oh, how good.
Do you like Jimi Hendrix?
Yes.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Faith No More there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday evening. Boy, it's been quite a day.
Wow.
A day in lieu. Raising awareness and funds for bowel cancer in New Zealand. With that in mind, fellas, earlier in the day we had the absolute backbone legend Di Henwood come in and talk about his journey and all the stuff and pain that he's had to go through. It's been quite an extraordinary story. Let's have a little listen to earlier this morning.
Thanks, mate.
I'm sort of such an advocate for early screening because I suppose I was misdiagnosed in 2017 through no maliciousness of a GP or anything, but I had blood on toilet paper. I was even sent to a bowel specialist and they did a small version of a colonoscopy and couldn't see any evidence there. And then in 2020 I was diagnosed with stage 4 bowel cancer. I'm 5 years into that diagnosis, and the last 8 weeks has been particularly tough. I've been emergency hospitalised twice. Then I had another surgery in private hospital on a lung and heart where they used talcum powder to stick my lung to the side of my chest because I had heaps of fluid. I had half a litre of fluid drained off my heart and 3 litres off my sort of side of my lung. I pretty much have had very bad breathing for the best part of 8 weeks. It's been a very dark time. But what's been so important with this day in lieu is over the last couple of years, I've been getting regular emails from people who have listened to Hauraki and who have gone and get checked and who have discovered something early or discovered something that had turned but they could get it early. So awareness means so much. It's not about getting a full colonoscopy. There are bowel screening kits you can get now that are very uninvasive, There are other ways of detecting it.
Well, there you go, the great Di Henwood.
Yeah, an update of where he's at the moment, fellas. It's probably one of the questions I get asked more than anything else. Well, there's a few of them. Are Mike and Jace, pricks in real life, and also how's Di doing? So,
yeah, right.
You've got a bit of an update there, and of course the overarching message that he's always sharing is go and get yourself checked early, and you should be able to nip it in the bud. Not every time, but it's highly treatable if you get it early, Mogi?
That's so true, man. That's why old Keysie's going to be off next week doing yours, man. I'm excited for you, brother. It's important. You're a young man. You're about to start a family, and
where's that come from?
Sort of breaking the news.
No,
there, but,
not breaking the news.
Pretty exciting stuff.
So
you got to make sure you're tip top, brother.
Yeah, Mogi's broken the news that I'm starting a family, so it's news to me as well, which is exciting. So obviously, my wife has told him before me.
Keyzie, kia kaha, mate.
Thanks, Jace.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's a big show done and dusted for your Wednesday. What an epic day it's been. Mogi, what did you learn today, mate?
I've learned that I think that's probably the best one we've ever done in terms of day in lieu, man.
Yes.
They get bigger and better every single year. We're raising awareness. We're raising money And probably the highlight for me is old Keyzie starting a family. And he's
Stop this yarn now. This is not an ongoing yarn that Keyzie is starting a family, all right? Because my wife will kill me.
Keyzie, what did you learn?
Well, I learned that I'm starting a family, apparently. Mogie's made the announcement for me at about 5:45 on a Wednesday, so 6:45 on a Wednesday, so that's bloody exciting. What I did actually learn was that next year, Day in Lieu, of course, last year was at a bar, this time in the bowels of Eden Park. Next year, Day in Lieu is actually in the Auckland sewer system.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we're really getting hands-on.
We'll be getting in there because, of course, one of the symptoms, Hoyte Janus, is blood in your stool. So we'll be in there in the sewers looking for blood and stools for 12 hours.
For 12 hours there. Hey, Jace, before you turn your nose up at it, man.
Oh, I'm not. I'm in.
Which would be a hell of a thing to turn up, by the way. It's all in support of Bowel Cancer New Zealand and raising funds and awareness.
Bloody oath.
So if I still wanted to donate money, Keyzie, is there a way I could do it?
Yeah, of course, Mogi. That's a really good question, man. You text LOO, L-O-O, to 3779. It's an instant $3 donation. Kids, if you're listening, grab your parents' phones and do it. Parents, if you're listening, do the same, vice versa. Make sure you get in. And, of course, it is Bowel Cancer News Awareness Month, this entire month.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's been bloody great. And thank you to everyone who's donated so far.
Very much so. Does anyone ask me what I learned? Or you just
you're all good.
Well, are you going to give us a chance, man?
Okay.
Thank you so much, New Zealand, for joining us today. Just joking, Jason. What did you learn today, man?
I learned that Keysie's starting a family, which is
cool.
really exciting.
Cool, man. That's so cool.
No, I learned, seriously, go and get yourself checked out. Even if you don't have symptoms, if you're of a certain age, go and get it sorted. Give yourself the all clear. We'll be back, same time, same place tomorrow. Till then, see you later.